When trying to find viable spots to put food plots on your property, I like to start with HuntStand first and use the layers. This is great because what this will do is give you a bird's eye view of what your plan is. And then of course you use the knowledge of actually having boots on the ground. With those two things combined, you can choose the best spot to have a food plot to be able to get in and out and have successful hunts. Let me show you how. So what I want to do on this new lease is I want to make sure I can find a spot for some good food plots. So the first thing I'm looking at is where I believe the deer are spending a lot of their time bedding and where they're going to be coming out of. And most importantly, this particular food plot that I'm planning is going to be for a fall food plot, which I'll be hunting primarily on northwest and west winds. So in this particular case here, knowing the property that I have, I wouldn't want to do any food plots down here along this bottom area, because once I enter in any of this area here, it's going to be pushing my scent up to where I believe most of the deer are going to be bedding and be coming from. So in this particular case, by digitally scouting, what I'll do is I'll use the map features or the map overlays. By scrolling down, you've got all kinds of features here. One starting with crop history to kind of show you where the better land's going to be. When you see this dark green color, you know that they've had plots there in the past. In this particular case, you can see soybeans and actually corn written here. So I know that these plots are going to be good for having a food plot. The next thing that I like to do is look at the contours. The contours are going to tell me quite a bit about where the high and low spots are. By looking at this, I can see that this is all falling off the back, and this is going to be some of the highest points. So I'm going to want to stay up high to be able to keep my wind true. Then the next thing you want to think about is access and where to put these plots. In this case here, a lot of people would run to these back corners. I don't like going to these back corners because what's going to happen is those deer will come out and circle and get the wind completely in their favor. So in these particular cases, by pulling the food plots out further, it will allow these deer still to have the wind in their favor by coming around like this, coming out of here and entering in, keeping your blinds on these back sides. This then will give you easy in and out access, keeping good clean entry from your scent and giving you the best chance of being able to kill a deer without being detected.